And we're back on the roof. So I'm doing a PM here, and I cleaned the burner assembly, and I went to go ahead and light it up, and it didn't light up because there were cobwebs all over the inducer, like inside there. So that means the heat hasn't ran for a while. So we're gonna go ahead and cycle it, but basically I'm not getting any spark. So let's go ahead and cycle it and see what happens. So here we go. All right, so we got it on W1, and we're gonna go to R. Now this is the carrier. It should light up real quick. Okay. I think I smell gas. I got no spark. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just make sure this is clean. All right, let's take a look at our sparker. That's our sparker. It doesn't look dirty or bent or anything like that. So we're gonna check this ground right here. So this ground here, let's see what's up. So this is our sparker. It looks like it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and check continuity on that wire just to make sure. But we'll also clean this up too. And then we'll see if we can get it to spark. I've already cleaned the flame sensor. Just so you believe me, you can see it's right there, cleaning it. All right, there you go. I cleaned the flame sensor. We're gonna do the same thing to the spark igniter now. There are two wires. There's this brown wire here, which is our ground wire. As you can see, it ties into the ground. So we wanna make sure that's good. And then this is the high voltage wire, which goes into the sparker. Okay, so we're gonna get this all cleaned up, and we'll test all these wires, make sure they're good. So I'm just cleaning this off to make sure it's got good contact. Okay, so I'm just getting an ohm reading to ground from my ground wire. It should be close to 0, which it is, so that's not the issue. We're gonna ohm out this wire here, make sure that's not the problem. Okay, so we have it on there, and we have it on there, and we're getting almost 0, so that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and get that thing cleaned, and then we'll put it back together, and then I've cleaned everything around there, so maybe it could have just been dirty. All right, that's nice and clean. Let's put it back in. Okay, we're gonna light this up in a super sketchy way with the lighter. I just wanna make sure that the rest of the units are operational. So don't ever do that unless you're a professional. So don't come saying, oh, Nighthawk told me to do it this way, and then it blew up in your face. Don't do it that way. All right, so we're just gonna make sure the fan kicks on. The fan just kicked on, so. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody called this one in for no heat. Now that one is their main unit, and that one's operating. It's heating right now, but yeah, that's probably why this thing's been running non-stop, because it's having to make up for this one. That's how you diagnose a spark igniter, is you want to check everything first. Make sure all the wires are good, make sure all your connections are tight, make sure everything's clean. And if you're not getting voltage from that board, then it's probably the board or the module or whatever is powering up that spark igniter. So I'm back here. Here's our control board. This is what they gave me based off the model and serial number. The main connector looks correct, but this one uses a Hall effect sensor, which is this triple pin connector here, and I'm not seeing one on this board. Now the thing about these boards is once you tear that, they won't let you return it. So I'm not even gonna try this. Combustion motor, line 1, blower motor, line 1, line 2. Oh, wait a minute, there is a 3-pin connector, SS. Well, we might be okay actually, now I think about it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try not to tear that sticker. Getting a better look at this, and I think we're good. This is labeled SS down here by my thumb. That's for the, whatchamacallit, for the Hall effect sensor. And everything's starting to look the same. It looks like the board's just different color, and there's a few little extra things here and there, but for the most part, it looks like it is the same board, so I think we're okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a note of what goes where, and then we'll go ahead and swap out this board. All right, we got our new control board installed. Just double check and make sure I didn't miss any plugs. I think we are good. So let's go ahead and restore power and cycle this thing and see if it actually will ignite now. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cycle heat. So we good. So I usually like to turn it on and off a couple times just to make sure, but yeah, so we just had a bad transformer probably in here that failed. I don't see any physical damage. Sometimes you hold the board up to the sun, you can see some burnage in there. See, that's all the stuff in there. Nah, everything looks good. Must be internal, so it's probably inside either, I don't think it's in there, maybe it's a relay that went bad. I don't know, it's hard to say, but yeah. So anyway, hopefully this helps you out if you come across a carrier package unit that is not sparking. That's the process that you go to kind of fine tune it. You want to make sure everything's clean first. That's like a nice easy thing to rule stuff out, because sometimes it's just dirty and it's not getting, you know, good continuity. But yeah, anyway, so thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, tell me what a horrible technician I am. Hit that bell notification and follow me on Instagram, Facebook. And if you want to support the channel, pick up some workout socks from Camel City Mill. Nighthawk 10 gets you 10% off. And you can visit my other links in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.